Hello and welcome to another exciting Breakfast with UND. So we're doing one more Footstep episode. I didn't have time to actually get the sound effect set up for this one, so we're gonna actually have to download a sound effect while we do the show. It's not gonna be a big deal. So what we're gonna be doing this time is right now, no matter what, if we step on an object or a surface, we're going to get the exact same footstep sound. Now we're gonna get footprints. And the thing is, maybe it doesn't make sense to have footprints on the surface, or maybe it doesn't make sense to have this sound effect on the surface. Maybe we have a different type of surface that we're going to stand on. So what I was going to set up is I was going to set up one surface to pretend to just be like a default surface, and then one surface to be snow. And on snow we'll have the footprints and make a snow crunch, and then on the default surface we won't have the footprints and just make a sound. So in the interest of not having to redo a lot of this stuff, we're still going to use the same functions, maybe? Do I have to rehook these things? Probably. So I'm going to duplicate the third-person controller one more time. We're going to go in here. And I'm going to duplicate this level. Duplicate. Sure, that's fine. We're going to open this level, and we're going to make sure that this guy is replaced. We're going to copy component, and we're going to make sure that he doesn't have anything that was like not applied to him. It's possible that he might not have his feet. Just want to make sure that they're in here. Left foot location, yay, it's in there. So I'm assuming the right one's in there too. So let's delete this guy and let's put this guy in, and let's paste in his, well, actually it looks like he has the same values. I'm just going to do this just for safety's sake. And if we hit play, hopefully this will all work exactly the same. Looking good. Just make sure that this is the level. Yep, looks like it. And this guy, if we go to check to see which prefab he is, perfect, we're set up. So, so what we're going to do is, we've already got this script called Footsteps. I'm going to create a new, duplicate it. We're just going to change it. Duplicate this, put it here. We're going to call this Footsteps. Footsteps. I'm going to call it Advanced Footsteps. Advanced. It's not stupid. It's advanced. So we're going to open this up, make sure that the name matches the file name, which it won't right now, but we'll fix that. So this is Advanced Footsteps. We're going to call this Advanced Footsteps. And it's going to be very similar to the script. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here, and we're just going to fill in the blanks like you would expect. So left footprint's still going to be the same, right footprint's still going to be the same. Left foot location, that's still going to be the same. I'm going to click here so that we can get it. Same here with right foot location. Footprint offset was working. Left foot audio source, same deal. Right foot audio source. The reason we had this as separate sources, originally when we first set this up, we just had the sound coming from the center of the character, which in most cases is probably fine. But you will get a little bit better positioning and stuff. If the audio is very positional and it's designed to have actual space in it. So if you have it at the end of the feet, it'll sound like it's coming from the ends of the feet. So, so we have all this set up. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this script, remove component, and apply. And we're going to start making our modifications. So what we're going to do is, we're going to, actually I'm going to create one more script here. We're going to create a Footstep material properties is what we're going to call the script that actually stores what we're going to do here. And this could have a plethora of information in it. As it is, what this is going to have is it's just going to have a couple of variables. So we're going to have a public audio clip material sound and public bool public bool spawn footprint show footprints is what I'm going to call it, equals false. And that's all this script is going to be. It's just going to be a container for information. And so what we're going to do in our advanced footstep, not in our footstep, just advanced footstep, we're going to still keep a lot of the stuff that we have here, because in the case that we hit something that doesn't have material properties, we're going to want default values that make sense. So what we do right now, we do left foot audio source play, that will stay the same, but we're going to change where this actually is. It's going to have to happen after the raycast. So the reason it has to happen after the raycast is we have to find out whether or not... so we're going to have an else statement here where we do the default if we don't raycast and hit anything for whatever reason. So we're going to do left foot audio source play. We're going to do the same thing down here. And right foot audio source play. So this makes it so if we don't actually raycast down and hit something when we take a step, you might not want this there. Maybe we don't want anything to play in this else. You can get rid of this else statement if you think it's erroneous. There might be a reason that you might want it set up this way though. So what we also need to do now is we need to actually find out the footstep material properties if there is one. So what we're going to do is if hit.transform get component footstep material properties, and we can't do an if here actually. We're going to do this, and what we're going to do is we're going to store it somewhere. So footstep material properties foot mat equals, there you go. So let's call it foot mat. I like that for some reason. So if we have a foot mat, so if foot mat does not equal null, and then else we're just going to do what we did before. We're just going to do this thing, and actually we also need to play the left foot audio here, because this is where we play our default. We don't have a material, we're just going to play the default sounds. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I don't want to copy it from there. So we just want to copy this section here. And then we put this instantiate call in instead. And we do this one instead. Save. So now what we're going to do is if footmat does not equal null, then what we're going to be doing is we're going to check the footmat stuff. So we need to make sure this is in here too. So what we're going to do is instantiate will still be called, but it will be called with different values. Instead of okay, so we're going to assume that footprints go on by default. Actually, let's get rid of that assumption. So we're not going to do footprints unless they're marked. So if a material is not marked, there will be no footprints. So so in the case of this, if footmat dot did we make these actually public? I did. Good. Show footprints. Then we show a footprint. Boop. And finally, we're going to do right foot audio source. And instead of dot play, we're going to do dot play one shot and give it the clip named footmat dot what do we call it? Material sound. And so we're going to do the same thing over on the other side. Just put all this in here, and we're going to get rid of the instantiate here because we decided to do that. Although we want to make sure this is now pasted into here. And then finally, that's fine. And we still need right foot, or wait, this should be left foot audio source. All right, save. So now, in theory, if we have materials, so if we hit play right now, we shouldn't get footprints anymore. But we should still get footsteps. Looking good. So now what we need to do is we need to have an example of a material that has this stuff on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly, we're going to create just a texture or something, just a material to differentiate these two surfaces. We're going to make one, I'm just going to call this black. Yeah, let's call it dark gray. And we're just going to make it a dark gray. Somewhere in there. And we're going to put this on our plane. And then I'm going to duplicate this plane. And we're going to put it slightly above the other one. And offset it by a bunch. Wait, where's my other plane? There it is. And then this one we're going to just set to the normal default diffuse. So I just want to see... So we should have two materials that we can clearly see. Oh, he's facing a different direction than I realized. And hopefully he can actually get on. Okay, he can't get on it. So let's ramp it a little bit. So we're just going to make this into a ramp by rotating it. This will also test to see if our footprint code's working right. So this is good. We didn't do a full test on that. So we'll just make it go like that. And let's see if I can actually stand up on... I'm going to rotate our third-person character around 180 so that he, by default, is facing forward. And so hopefully we'll get and start stepping on this other material. So it looks like I'm going up now. So let's see if this will work. So our second plane here, the second one here, we're going to add a footstep material properties to it. And our footstep material properties, we're going to do a material sound, and I'm just going to use something that we already have here because I guess some of these are from the standard assets. I didn't realize we had all these things. What does this typing sound like? That'll sound different, so let's do it. So we're going to make this typing sound be the sound, and we're going to also say show footprints. So when we hit play, and we start walking, there we go. So I still occasionally heard the default sound there. Why did it stop? Oh, is it because I got to full speed and I haven't been testing that? Okay, so when you actually get to full run, because we only have done this on the walk cycle, it does appear to stop making the sounds. Though we are getting a sound effect that I wasn't expecting. So I'm going to try something. I want to just make sure that if we just... Why are we getting both sounds? So if we have material, then we do stuff. We do play one shot. I'm gonna just do a debug log here. Debug.log. No raycast hit. It's possible that maybe we're getting a no raycast hit scenario. Nope, that's not what's causing it. Alright. Why are we getting that bonus footstep sound? So I just want to double check in the animation that we don't have some erroneous stuff here. Left footstep. Oh, it says function not supported. That's weird. Probably because it used to be a different... I don't know why it's saying function not supported. Because it's obviously doing something, because otherwise we wouldn't be getting footprints ever. Oh, now he's doing it forever for some reason. Still getting that extra hit, though. Alright, let's double check to see if it's playing it. So this is the other situation where this one is no foot mat. Save. Let's see if this shows up. So this should show up while we're walking on the first surface every time. And then when we're on the second surface, it shouldn't keep showing up. And it's not showing up. You can see that it stopped scrolling. But we're still hearing that sound. Well, that's curious. I'm probably doing something silly. Oh, Play on Awake is on here. That might be... Well, first of all, wait. Is that something we actually require? No, it's not. So why does he have an audio source on himself? That doesn't make sense. I'm going to remove this component just in case. I don't see why it would be doing anything, but... So it's only on the second... So weird. Did we put somehow... Okay, let's see if I did something crazy. Like maybe a footprint has a sound on it. Like maybe somehow we got like... Our right footprint has like... sound effect on it? Nope, that's not it. We didn't do anything to the run animation, right? We didn't like... So this is walk. Let's see what the run looks like. Do we have any material? No, we don't have any. We just have walk. It just calls left footstep and right footstep. Is there something wrong with my right footstep? Is this... Oh. Well, there it is. People were probably screaming at me in the comments. Yay, found it. So, if we hit play now. Yay. Alright. I'm going to call it. If you want it to be more consistent as to when footsteps actually are played, you'll have to modify all of the various animations to match the stuff. We're not going through all that on this episode. And we're going to get rid of these debug logs because we don't need them anymore. Sweet. Save. Oh, still only took 20 minutes, even with me taking a long time finding that erroneous call there. I'm just going to do one more run, just make sure that it's still running. Alright, so now you know how to drive things together. So let me just go over this really quickly, what we actually did here. So what we're doing is we raycast to find what we're hitting. So this is where we're going to put the footprints, but also to find out what we've hit. If the thing we hit has a foot mat material properties attached to it, which is we check by doing this, then we use those properties to determine the sound or whether we do the footprints. Otherwise, we just play the default sound. So that's what we're doing. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a good one. I will see you tomorrow with another Breakfast with Unity and with our Fight Go Right game. We'll probably be working on that tomorrow night. You guys have a great one. Please donate to patreon.com/cookingwithunity. And if you have any questions, please email me, pushypixels@pushypixels.com. Thank you for watching.